No rain, it's not terribly hot. It's hot in the city, but it's cool up here on the mountain. Just by show of hands, how many have not been to this Japanese garden before? Excellent. You're in for a treat today. I want to take you back 2.5 years. Everything you see was not here. And if it was here, it had crumbled. I got a phone call about that time, 2.5 years ago, to come look at the Japanese garden on top of Monte, Sano. And I came and met with a couple of people who were working here, Matsuda-san being one, another I'll introduce in a few moments, to come and look at this garden. Now, you may think, why is this garden important? The answer to that question is, why is Alabama important to Japan? Why is Japan important to Alabama? One, we have a large number of Japanese citizens living in Alabama. But two, here's a stat for you. There are 168 Japanese-owned and affiliated firms in the state of Alabama. That's a lot. Let me tell you about the impact. If you take the consumer spending that is associated with those payrolls of those companies, if you took that away, you could not fund the state education budget. Now, the other thing that's happening throughout the state of Alabama, especially at University of Alabama Huntsville, with the Japan Club, and now at Troy University, with the JOY program and the Japan Club, is we're starting to see a lot of interaction with Alabama's institutes of higher learning. Why is that important? Quite honestly, if you think about it, when you go through college, the next step is a job, a career, building a life, building a family. And why is that so important? It's very simple. Because countries like Japan and China and England, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Canada, they're not across the world anymore. They're literally across the table in this global economy. So those 2.5 years ago, I made a phone call to Consul General Shinazuka in Atlanta. Consul General Shinazuka is responsible for the southeastern United States as Japan's Consul General. And I mentioned to Shinazuka, I said, how about coming to Huntsville, meeting me? We need to go see this Japanese garden that is in the woods. I had never been here before. And we came, and what we saw was in need of repair. Consul General told me, he said, Mark-san, I think I'd like for this to be one of my pet projects here in Alabama. Folks, 2.5 years later, you're looking at the product of a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and dreams of folks here. There's a place outside of Hitachi, Japan that I've gone to several times called Oiwa Shrine. It's on the side of a mountain. It's in the woods. Now do you see why that I like where we are today? I love that place, Oiwa Shrine. I love this place as well. It is a great pleasure to serve Consul General's home country and represent Japan to my home state of Alabama. Huntsville is on fire internationally. You know about the Toyota Mazda joint venture plant that's coming up here. The phenomenal things that are happening at UAH. And Consul General Shinazuka is right in the middle of that to make things happen. Consul General Shinazuka has been with us for almost 3 years, came to us directly from Tokyo, from the imperial household. And I must tell you, of all the people I've had the pleasure of working with in my 56 years, Consul General is probably my favorite person to work with. I want to introduce you to Consul General Shinazuka of Japan, the Japanese Consul General.
So thank you, Mark-san, and I should say hi, y'all. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here with you. This is the third time I come for a festival here I was here in May 2017, again in May 2018, both for the Spring Festival and this time for the first time for the Fall Festival. And I should say that it's getting better and better. So I would like to first to pay tribute to Matsuda-san and Black-san for having done so wonderful things, and also for the students of the Japanese club in the University of Alabama in Huntsville for all the work pro bono they have made for us and who have made today possible. Well, Huntsville is a great place, as our honorary consul has told. We are going to have, we have already a Toyota engine plant in Huntsville. We have also several other great Japanese companies in North Alabama. But in 2 years, we are going to have the brand new plant of Toyota and Mazda. So that means that it means that the bond between North Alabama and Huntsville and my country are growing stronger and stronger. But what is different is, as our honorary consul has said, we have someone new who arrived from Japan to Troy University as a coordinator for one of our cultural programs. Let me introduce you Ms. Ivy Mori. It's her, so please give her a big round of applause. She came to Alabama she came to work for the whole Alabama, for the whole state of Alabama, and the reason why she's here today is, first of all, to attend this fall festival, but also to meet people from the University of Alabama in Huntsville and to see if there might be something nice these two great colleges could do together to promote the bonds between Japan and Alabama. So thank you again all for coming here today. Please enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
How many folks have ever sat and talked to a Japanese diplomat? Not many. You have him today. If you have any questions, he's yours. I also want to introduce and thank another member of the community here, Kurt-san. Kurt does a wonderful job in the Rise Raptor program. As you speak to Kurt, I'm not going to ask him to come up. He's got a big bird on his arm. To come up just to speak to him and talk to him about what they're doing with Japanese eagles. Mentioned a moment ago a person that I would introduce in a minute. That time is now. This garden was a vision, a dream of a fella here that lives on the mountain, Robert Black. Robert and I, we didn't know that we knew each other. His brother was a friend of mine in Birmingham. I'm going to give you a quick story that is probably 90% incorrect, but you'll get the gist of it. This garden is close to his home, kind of his backyard, and many years ago, Robert had this idea of starting a Japanese garden right next to the state park. And he did, and he built it, and then all of a sudden, he got sick, and he had to step away and take care of his health. And then, after that, they still had some spring festivals here, but we got a chance to work with Robert to make happen what you see today, this bamboo tunnel, the tea house, the walkways. And when I tell you that Robert literally has been on his hands and knees, he has. All of that stone, all of that gravel, and those rocks that are set beside there. Robert and the Japan Club has put those together. Do you know how much Robert has made financially in putting this together? Zero. This is a work of love. We should all pay a great honor to Robert Black for putting this together. Robert, if you would come up. Y'all, this is your hero. Without Robert and his idea and his hard work, we wouldn't have this today. My friend, always good.
I thank you all for coming out here. And I was told to be short because I talk too much, so I'm going to try to be confine it. Every little project when we started doing rebuilding, and part of it was because we let moss get on the roof of the tea house and it rotted the cedar and it was getting loose, and the state park said we had to improve it or give it back to them because it was becoming unsafe. And that's when I was introduced to everybody about the Japanese community coming in and helping. But what ended up happening that was really nice is that different companies in the North Alabama area, not just Huntsville area, but like Toyota replaced the roof of the tea house and did it in the old style of Japan and put up the money. We contracted it out, but then Toyota was responsible for it. And then Bill Penny Toyota had a bridge built that replicated a bridge from Nikko, Japan, which is kind of the original bridge of friendship. And you see a little red bridge in a lot of city gardens, and even Huntsville, the bridge over, it all kind of originated from Nikko. And then the latest thing is Daikin in Decatur is wanting to make it so people that have disabilities or wheelchairs or strollers or hard to walk, we made some new trails, and we're covering them with the gravel and lining them with the stone, and they're only halfway done. Those big stones in there are hard to walk on, but when we get done, it'll be a smooth kind of stone that hardens up real good. But then you can get in here very easy, and that's all sponsored by Daikin. And there's more companies and a lot of individual people that did this. But my start, it was kind of just fun, a hobby. And then I met Kozo Matsuda, had just moved to Huntsville in '89, and I met him. And he at the time was over Hitachi Seiki here. And he got involved with this and wanted to start doing. Him and his wife and his whole family, his kids, everybody have been involved. In fact, when his children were young, they came out in kimonos and, I don't want to do this, it's hot. But they helped, and it just turned out to be a wonderful thing, and it's gotten more and more. And the fall festivals are new to start now because Edo Japanese Restaurant, who's here today, the owner is here today and brought green tea to serve to everybody. They gave us several $1,000s because in Japan the forest is similar to this, but it has more foliage color like Japanese maples. So she gave us some money, and we've bought hundreds of Japanese maples, but little young ones so that they'll grow up, and they're just, the ones that we bought from them will grow up to be big and colorful, so they're out kind of to the sides and along in different areas. And then another individual here in Huntsville donated 220, I believe, 240. Bigger lacy leaf Japanese maples like the ones, they're all over the garden here. There's a little small one right here and a couple more. And all those are fancy grafts or hybrids that'll have neat little leaf things, and they're inside. But I just hope you can walk through and enjoy, and we've incorporated it with nature here so that there's little plants we brought in, ferns and little small things that I hope you'll kind of watch when you're walking off of the beaten trails. But all of them add color or a season or something in the winter or something in the summer, and it's just for everybody to come up here and enjoy. Thank you.
As Robert mentioned, Matsuda-san, Japanese citizen, Huntsville citizen, great lover of this area. Matsuda-san, thank you for all that you do to continue to promote the Alabama-Japan, Japan-Alabama relationship. Arigato gozaimasu. Folks, have a wonderful day up here today. There's some events planned, and as I mentioned, speak to Consul General, speak to Kirk, speak to Robert, Matsuda. All that you have to do, today is a great day to do it. Thank you very much, and again, thank you for all you do individually to make Huntsville a great place and promote the Alabama and Japan relationship. Arigato gozaimasu.
Rainfall on us. My name is Tony Smith, and up until about 2 years ago, I was working here in northern Alabama, and I trained with Mr. Ward and his dojo, teaching EI. Unfortunately, I got transferred back to California, so I'm only out here occasionally for weekend seminars. We practice the art of Muso Jikiden Eishin Ryu Iaido. Iaido is the premier, or sword art is the premier martial art of Japan. Over 1,000 years of research, study, and refinement have produced this complex and esoteric art. Generations of swordsmen have devoted their whole lives to the study of every possible variation in the use of the Japanese sword. Not satisfied with mere variations in technique, they also explored the strategy and philosophy of the sword with an endless thirst for knowledge. Iaido is a Japanese martial art of drawing the sword and cutting in a single motion. It originated about 450 years ago in the Sengoku period of Japan, a time of constant war. The originator, Shinsuke Shigenobu, formed a style that eventually became known as Muso Jikiden Eishin, which was based upon his wartime experiences. Since that time, several styles of Iaido have formed, all of which remain based on the Hasegawa and later Amore-ryu forms from which the Muso Jikiden Eishin Ryu comes. All retain the core teaching of these two schools. As time passed and Japan entered an era of extended peace during the Tokugawa era period, those who studied Iaido and many other martial arts sought to find their place in a changing world. The need for pure combat efficiency took on a smaller role, and the desire to define purpose and meaning for the austere training methods of the martial arts gained importance. Today, Iaido training is primarily a vehicle for personal development. Iaido training is based on kata and kumitachi. Kata are prearranged practice forms done by one person, and kumitachi are performed in pairs. Kata and kumitachi are the repository of the original combat strategies. Iaido training methods require intense mental and physical concentration. Repeating these forms very precisely over many years provides for a vehicle of physical and spiritual improvement and a chance for students to better understand themselves and their place in the modern world. The Muso Jikiden Eishin Ryu has 4 basic sets, each consisting of 8 to 10 kata. 3 of the 4 sets commence from a seated position. Many of you are familiar with seiza. It's a very common seated position in Japan. The second set is called tatehiza. Tatehiza is, I think, was developed by a very, what the Japanese would call kibishi no sensei, a very severe sensei. It's a difficult position to sit. It's basically seiza, but on one leg. And then there are tachiai, standing kata. Each set gets progressively more complex, requires greater control of breathing, balance, focus, and of course, control of the sword. Additionally, there are the 2 10 kata kumitachi, or 2-person kata, which are incorporated once the student has a firm grasp of the basics. We're going to be doing a little bit of all these kata today, and hopefully you'll get an appreciation of what this art has to offer. One thing I should mention, in addition to studying their art, the Japanese demanded the highest quality of edged weapons possible. And the Japanese sword, as we know it today and from history, is probably the finest made, sharpest edged weapon ever produced. In our school, it is mandatory from Godan on up that you use a shinken, a real sword. Some of the swords you'll see today being used are, in fact, real swords. Thank you. Cool. You ready? set of kata we're going to do are from the very first set called Seiza no Bu. You will notice that occasionally we're going to sit in slightly different seated positions. We do this, unfortunately, as you get older, sometimes the knees go out and ours don't bend as easily. So myself and Mr. Swainer will occasionally be in Iai Gosh as opposed to Seiza or Tatehi. This set is Seiza Mai, Migi, and Hidari. Right. Hajime. Next set is going to be a combination from the first, second, and third sets. So Seiza no Bu, Yaigaki, the first Tatehiza no Bu set will be Korai Soku, and the Okuiai Tatehiza set, Sunegakoi. Right? The next set is that of Toho kata, called Hideaki. Right? Third set, we go back to the Seiza no Bu set, and we're going to do Kikome, Kikage, and Uketega. Right. Hajime. The next couple of sets are going to be a combination of techniques out of the second and third sets of the Tatehiza no Bu and the Okuiai Tatehiza. First one is going to be Inazuma and Roshi. Right? Thank you, man. made and okay. Joint. Hajime.
So this is a
Last chair here is Takio Toshi and Bill Zune.
so part of the relation. Respecting
Joint. Hajime.
here. We don't have a facility. Having an open facility requires
I'll just sit where you can see.
Well, they're probably Eurasian eagle. They belong to scientific genus. So that also.
Last we're going to get with katana is standing set out of the Toho kata. We're going to do Junto, Kisaki Gayashi, and Bako Ken.
So they're very close cousins.
Right?
This one lives
Hajime.
most of the time. But they live about what is it? This is kind of hard to see. This is a blanket fish about the same size. So anyway, we'll be working on it. Hopefully, you know, I never imagined.
One final kata dealt with Shinken. In 1973, my EI sensei, Kuroki sensei, in Japan, decided that he wanted people to use the sword properly. So he formed, based on old kata, a new school called Hiken Musuru EI Giri, the art of cutting, drawing and cutting. Every kata is based off of the 82 kata out of the Musuji Nation or modified to be done cutting teneshi. Called Hiken Kura Tsubami Gayashi.
That's honestly how we were when we first started.
Yeah,
Picture from when she was in kindergarten.
We're going to move on now to some toys, two-person paired kata, and these we're going to do with bokken. Obviously, if you have even an EI-tool practice sword, you don't want to be playing a sword against each other, though I have seen it done. And certainly if you have a good several $1,000 Japanese shin-ken, you know what I'm doing. These kata are normally caught at the later level, and they are taught slowly at first, step by step. It's called Goraku, the dance. Later on, we add DI, combat speed, and finally Ura, where basically your partner makes a mistake, you cut it. It doesn't matter whether it's in the kata or not. So he knows he's made a mistake. Timing is important, and distance, everything is very important. Generally, the Uchitachi person is the senior, if they set the pace and time, and the Shitachi person is the junior, and they're learning. we do it just a step above maybe the Uraka. 立ち打ちのからエア、first touch. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Those of us, all of us,
by
we don't get a say. But I don't know what you can do. So we'll do our best.
Oh!
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. About
Hey! 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 Oh, yo!
they do have hollow parts. And it does for 8 hours a day. This is the access.
Mopple.
No, not really.
That is
Mopple. He knows that's about. He knows what it's
standing semi-rock holders that still exist.
Well, you know what? That's a comment from me. No one's it's kind of hard to some people say
Hey! Go!
birds don't sweat, kind of like dogs, so they, that's what they're
Keep calling it. Hey! Ho!
This shows a little bit about the, oh, sorry.
Tachi set into some form of what they call Mikyu quick draw, where you draw and touch. Normally they start from the position of Seiza, and they modified version of standing one, and they get progressively different and harder. Today we're going to be doing a combination of Mikyu, Seiza Mikyu, first set, Mako from Hatsu Hitonobu, and then I'm going to do known as Itumagoi, Sanbonme, the third Itumagoi from the Tachiai. Right? Hajime. Hi!
Every once in a while. It's all we have a red tail next is the better too. They are could be called spare hawks. They are slow down. They'll be going as part of that. you can see it come back. So our test coming on board will be kind of we're here in Huntsville. We don't have
Great.
So, and even like now,
Thank you very much. You enjoy.
Are the tiger, dragon, and the crane. Kaniuechi, besides adding kata, also introduced a sequence of exercises to the Uechi-ryu training regimen. The Hojo-Undo are standard exercises that incorporate elements of all the katas of the system as well as additional techniques. And due to some time limitations, we're not going to show you all the Hojo-Undo. We're going to give you about 70% of what the Hojo-Undo looks like.
we don't have wind farms here like on other parts of the country. We're putting them up in a very quick pace.
Kathy Sensei and Ryan will demonstrate a portion of the Uechi-ryu Hojo-Undo. Yotsuki, hi, Hojo-Undo, Higari-Ashima, Yoi, Shoumen Geri, Ichi, Han, Chi, Ichi, Han, Chi, Go, Rope, Six, Hach, Ashikotai.
In captivity,
Shoumen
these guys
Geri,
could live up to
Ichi,
up to 60
Hi, Han, Chi, Ichi, Hi, Han, Chi, Ichi, Hi, Han, Chi, Go, Rope, Six, Hach, Ashikotai. Sotogeri.
Sotogeri.
Side kick. Hey, it's 3, 3, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less, but yeah.
Shomengeri.
Sotogeri.
Hey, it's 3, 2,
Right.
go, rope,
So yeah, they kind of need
6,
to put it in the
hach.
wheel.
Hey, that's right. Moashisuke.
Moashisuke.
It's 7.
Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai.
It's big as Maximus. Maximus the
Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai. Hajuke, okay, Hirakinsuke.
Oh, okay.
Hirakinsuke. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai.
Look at that.
Naji.
Okay.
Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach.
I guess we could. It's never been asked before. You never
Chuto Rachi, Chudan Shokin.
Sotogeri.
Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai. Naji. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Hijisuke. Hijisuke. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai. Naji. Naji. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Yeah, that's right. Shoumen Hajiki. Shoumen Hajiki. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Ashikotai. Hey, it's 3, 2, 4, go, rope, 6, hach. Hey, no speed. Shinkyoku. It's healing. Tons.
Whatever. I mean,
Yosuke. Hey, arigatou All right, hold on, guys. All right. Special forms of strength training and body conditioning are generally practiced in Uechi-ryu drilling. A formal Uechi-ryu forearm conditioning exercise called Koteki Tai of forearm tempering involves variations of striking partners' forearms with one fist and forearms, also the bones. Hey,
Kanbun Weichi learned this conditioning exercise in China. Weichi-Ryu also trains with Makawara, as well as gripping nigiri-dagami, heavy ceramic jars. Kathy and Ryan will demonstrate a few of the Ashiko-teki Tai drills.
Really, I couldn't remember what's happened. If someone said, write a story like what you're going to be doing, I just couldn't think of it. I have no idea. Right, so Rise Raptor Project.
About 5 months.
Yeah, so I'm the president now. I've been working with.
They are not native here.
Right. Really?
So these are all balls.
She may know. Dr. Saito is well known all throughout Japan. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, maybe I could talk to her. She's here. Yeah, so this has been. Yeah, so this is basically the Institute for Raptor Biomedicine. So this is Dr. Kesuke Saito. He's the president. This is vice president. So, and this is of course this is Maximus. This is a painting of Maximus and photos we see. Rise Raptor is a non-profit organization based here in Huntsville. Our main our mission is really to teach the principles of good environmental stewardship. Right, and we do a lot of, in some of our work, we also incorporate history. Usually, up to before Japan, we do some Native American history stuff because they had a very interesting perspective on birds. It's very difficult to do history program. Sure. They travel in crates. So like that crate there, it's a large dog crate, so they're easy. They can travel in crates. I have a friend that maybe I could talk to her and see if I can come. She works at the zoo, Montgomery Zoo. Yeah. Right.
Okay, next is kata. In my style, there are 8 empty-hand katas of Weichi-Ryu. Only Sanshin, Seisan, and Sanseiryu come from Pangai-nu. The others were designated and added to the style by Kane Weichi and other senior students of Kanbun. Many of the names of the new kata were formed from the names of prominent figures in the art. Kanchiwa from Kanbun, Japanese pronunciation name is Shushiwa. The current list of empty-hand kata in our style is Sanshin, Kanchiwa, Kanshu, Seichin, Seisan, Seiru, and Sanseiru. Now we will demonstrate one of the katas. Kathy and Ryan will demonstrate Kanchiwa.
No, she's
Yoshi, Kanchiwa, Joy.
Yeah.
Hajime.
Yeah.
Hey! Okay, unlike some other martial arts styles, they don't teach the application. What are they doing? What does it mean? Do they know what they're doing, or are they just throwing kicks and punches in the air? Okay, we have what's called kata no bunkai. All of our kata have bunkai. We specifically focus on a few of the bunkai, and I just wanted to give you an example of the kata they just did and the application of that kata, what the actual bunkai looks like. So today, Ryan will demonstrate the Kanchiwa kata no bunkai.
Kanchu bunkai.
Okay. Yeah. So this is where the eagle recovered. The eagle actually was recovered on the west side of oh, just camping. We're all like five. Yeah. Birds keep moving here.
Yeah.
This is Lorelai, my helper too. And she's one of my cards. Kirli. It's terrible in Japanese because I only know say in Japanese. We'll like it, dig it. Take it along. We'd be happy. Yeah. Sure. I wish I was presentable.
Okay, what's up, Zach? Guys, come more. Pretty good. Don't say more. Right here.
Yotsuki, eat! Next kata is called Kanshu. Kanshu. Eat!
We'll try again.
Great.
Here, I'll see if I can. So Lorelai is only 12 and she'll be one of the people that's going to help you with the eagle. In the pictures he's holding it. Hey!
The next kata is Seichin. Kathy Sensei will demonstrate Seichin.
He is a Eurasian eagle.
Seichin!
They can live up to 60 years in captivity and 20 to 30 years. Yeah, but actually I have not even needed that.
In Okinawa, there are many different styles of ruhan. The oldest major category is shorin-ryu. Seibukan is one of those. There are others, and they're all good. Reikiru, goju-ryu, there's many different types of karate. What we're basically going to demonstrate is what we call kata. The kata is a series of sequences of moves. For example, you may move from point A to point B, block and counterattack, and that's one sequence. You put a bunch of those end to end, and that's a kata. By means of kata is how the people preserve their karate, and it's how they learn to train. So we'll do a kata, and then Jonathan and I will demonstrate one or two of the sequences out of that kata as how you might use it in a defensive situation. Then near the end of our demo, we'll do what we call ippon kumite, which are one-step sparring techniques. In the middle of this, I'll do one bow kata, weapons kata. Within Seibukan, there's only one weapons kata that's formally part of the style, and that's called Tokumini no Kun, and I'll demonstrate that. If you have any questions, please ask us afterwards. Thank you.
One, two!
demonstrate how you might use two of the sequences in that kata in a self-defense application. But none of this is exactly known. We don't even know who created these katas. They're that old. So the kata is to train the body, and then you use it however it happens in a real situation. I'm going to demonstrate this. We'll do it slow, and then we'll do it faster. The next one I'll demonstrate is here. Jonathan's going to demonstrate kata one chin. This is unique to our style. My teacher is Dan Smith Sensei, and his teacher is Senpo Shimabukuro Sensei. His teacher is Zinjo Shimabukuro Sensei. The kata that Jonathan will demonstrate was created by Zinjo Sensei. So, even in Okinawa, none of the other Ruha know this kata.
One chin.
Jonathan's going to demonstrate one possible application of the first moves of the kata. One moment, I'll get my bow. Jonathan's going to demonstrate kata pasai gua. It was sort of a lost kata, if you will. But my teacher retained it. And the unique characteristic of it is that within it there are a couple of techniques of empty-handed defense against the foe.
C'est quoi? Yay!
Jonathan will demonstrate two of the applications, the first two sequences. He'll do them slowly without the bow first. Next kata that I will demonstrate is called Seisan. It's the first kata that I learned, and in most really traditional Seibukan schools, this kata is taught first. When I started teaching and teaching young children, I was nervous about trying to teach them such a long kata, so I changed to Wansu, which was the first kata I demonstrated. But kata Seisan is core and fundamental to our style of karate. So if you're going to stay in Seibukan a long time, you really got to get Seisan down pat. And I don't mean memorize the moves, I mean build the body. You got to have a Seisan body. Son! Next, we'll perform what we call Ippon Kumite, which in most American schools we just say one step smarter. These are not intended to simulate a fight. A real fight is random, and you're kidding yourself if you think you know what's coming. These are partner drills, speed drills, agility drills. We'll do each of them slow and then fast. And some of them will add a takedown too, some we will not.
We're the
Okinawan Karate Center. We're from Monrovia, out near Harvest. The Okinawan Karate Center teaches 3 unique Okinawan martial arts. Seibukan Shorin-ryu, of which you've just seen a demonstration. Monte Kobudo, which are the weapons, and we will not be demonstrating those today. And Weichi-ryu Karate, which will be the final part of our demonstration today. Our mission at the Okinawan Karate Center is to preserve the arts for the future generations of karateka, which are karate practitioners. Today, our demonstration will feature the kata of Seibukan Shorin-ryu Karate by my students. We range in age from 6 to 60, so we span a lot of generations. After the Seibukan demonstration, there will be a Weichi-ryu demonstration led by Master Scott Ramiza, and that will focus on the techniques, the training methods, and the kata of Weichi-ryu. There will also be some breaking during that demonstration. You will notice the 2 styles are very different. The lineage for our arts traces directly to Okinawa, Japan. And we strive to keep our training as close as possible to what is taught in the home dojos in Okinawa. We believe that karate is for all to practice, male or female, young or old. Students quickly realize the harder and more frequently they train, the better the results. There are no shortcuts. The secret to karate is in the effort. Kata is the traditional way that karate is passed from generation to generation. The kata is a series of fighting postures and techniques. Everything is important in kata. Students must train with the balance, fluidity, speed, focus, and ultimately power. Kata is karate, and karate is kata. And we believe that you practice your kata for life. We still have a few students arriving, but we will begin our demonstration. Jetski! Ray! Onegaishimasu! Sei-san! Yoi! Ich! Ni! San! Shi! Go! Go! Shich! Ui! Hutch! Jim!
Maybe someday,
where do I need to be in
we'll work with the serpent. We've already talked about it, but the Japanese is a large enough project for them.
Q! Hey! Jim! H! Me! Son! Hey! Go! Grab Q! Shichi! Hutch! Q!
Who are you with?
Jim!
Oh, 48
Reach!
48 did the spot on us before, didn't they? Not here.
At my school, but it's a Seibukan kata. It's very simple in appearance, but very complex in understanding. Please enjoy. One, two.
Sure. Sure.
Back here. You just, I'll put you right here. So you've got the wild animal. I'll mic you up and we'll work around here.
Okay. Oh, yeah, my helper Lorelai is going to help us. I think she'll be one of the trainers. with the Eagles. She's been helping us. So.
You're lucky. I used to get to train an owl when I was working at the Nature Center in college.
He's not native.
Where'd you go to college?
Yeah.
College in Huntsville, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I was up there for ecotourism and adventure travel. And then I got done. Mic you up, so basically I'm just going to put my mic in your back pocket right under your collar.
Oh, okay.
The next kata that our youth will be performing is Fuku Kata Each.
Yeah, so
This is a basic promotional kata, and it's taught at nearly every dojo in Okinawa.
If there's a way to message you, I could.
2 years ago, there was a world record set on this kata with 5,000 students participating. Fuku each. And that record made it into the Guinness Book of World Records. And that demonstration was led by them.
I'd be happy to give you a shout. It would be something that it would be something that no one's ever done, guaranteed, the way we're doing it.
Got it each.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we raised it. This is a Eurasian eagle owl. Well, what do you want us to say?
We're just going to talk chat. It's going to be like a regular conversation. You'll look at me, not the camera. You know, if you want to speak here, you just got to make sure you speak up because the mic's up on him.
I'm all sweating. You can Photoshop this out, put some more forward ads in.
If that was the case, I'd get to the This is short and sweet.
Yeah, this definitely is not done. So to give you an idea of how far up this is going in the Japanese government, I won't mention this on
the next kata to be performed is Anenku. Anenku is believed to be created by Shoji Kokiyan Sensei. And he is the person on whom our karate is based.
He reports directly to the president. So that sounds like a pretty big deal. Yeah, it is. It's a big deal and a lot of work, but hey, it's a lot of fun. Made a ton of friends doing it.
All right, we're now rolling. If you could, give me your name, first and last, and the title you got.
Yeah, my name is Kurt Kearley. I'm the principal and founder of Rise Raptor Project. We're a nonprofit organization based here in Huntsville. Our main purpose is to do environmental education and stewardship. We travel with birds of prey, as our name suggests, to almost everywhere about wildlife, environment, and so forth.
So now, what brings you up today?
So we're here at the Japanese Festival, the Autumn Festival 2018. What brings us to the Japanese Festival is we have developed a unique relationship with a similar organization in Japan called the Institute for Raptor Biomedicine in Japan, based in Kushiro, Hokkaido. As part of that collaboration, traditionally, they have granted the release of one of their eagles to us, and hopefully in January to February, if everything goes right, we're hoping to house one of the Japanese eagles, white-tailed eagle, here at a project in Huntsville.
So now, what's important?
Well, the white-tailed eagle is a very similar species to
our
our bald eagle. Our bald eagle, most Americans realize,
and Rebecca will be performing it again.
in Japan,
Seisan is the most important kata in our system.
the white-tailed
It
eagle
is
is
the one that
considered one
develops
of
the
Japan's
karate body. It's
So,
often said just
very
like
similar
Seisan.
position, very similar bird, and so we'll be doing a lot of hopefully international work in conservation and as well international diplomacy. So this is Maximus. He's a Eurasian eagle owl, not native to the United States. A lot of people look at him and say it's a great horned owl, but they're found, as the name suggests, mostly throughout Europe, into the Asian countries, not over in Japan, but most everywhere else, and some into Africa and Siberia. So they're very similar to our native gray horned owl. They, being a raptor, they're predatory birds. They hunt for food. They can eat and catch about anything that walks, crawls, or flies. Most importantly, these guys do a great job in the environment, cleaning up rats, mice, and so forth. So this is Laureline McElroy. So she's part of Rise Raptor Project. She is one of our volunteers. She is learning how to handle birds, talk about the different aspects of environmental education with us. and she's going to be one of our key trainers coming up with the Eagle and some other raptor projects and raptors we got coming on board soon. So she's a key part. We're glad to have her. She's only 12 years old, so I'm hoping that someday, maybe next week, she'll become executive director, and I'll just work with her.
So how's it feel to work with the director?
Please watch for these things and enjoy.
Oh, we just like to thank, of course, everybody who's supported us to this point. If people are interested in what we do, they can catch us at riseraptor.org, R-I-S-E, raptor, R-A-P-T-O-R.org. We'll be releasing more information about the Eagle as time permits and all that, and as we get further along in the process, as well as people can find out where we're at in different events in the community as well. So we hope to see everyone there. Catch us on the website, Facebook, and Instagram. Alright, so hopefully you can make some sense out of that.
Oh, no, I already know what
Okay.
about their white.
Right. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool. Right.
I went out before the cottage Shinto for you. Shinto runs on a 45-degree line.
Well, thank you for
See you going this way across the stage.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no, thanks for making the time to stop. And you did get...
And there goes Shabazz.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Shinto!
Yeah, feel free if you want to just ping me on email, Facebook, whatever. And if you're interested, I'll just keep it in my back pocket. And when it gets time to get here, if we can, the other cool factor, if maybe too much work, is we've kind of got organization quite in this for Japan. So.
Oh yeah, no, we can definitely get if that happens. Oh man,
the problem, the problem when you deal with okay, this agency.
You got 35 miles of registration.
Yeah. They say, oh yeah, we'll do it. But we'll, but nevertheless, that would be isolated case. Hey!
Oh no, that.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
I can't promise anything, but personally, it interests me. So.
Oh yeah, and definitely we're always after funding, so we're basically ground level grassroots.
Excellent. Well, I mean, not excellent, but excellent.
Yeah.
At least you can do what you want with the money you get.
Yeah. Well, be kind of a
hey, thanks for telling me.
This is Maximus. He's one of our education ambassadors.
Watching our next day. It was a pleasure.
Here in Huntsville, we do about 50 programs a year in our community about environmental stewardship, teaching us birds of prey, of course, raptors are our specialty.
My name is Scott Romiza Sensei. I've studied Weichi-Ryu for 27 years and hold the rank of Renshi 6 Dan. Today we will be demonstrating my style of Weichi-Ryu Karate. With two of my students, Kathy Sensei, who's a Shodan in my style also, and Ryan-san, Shichikyu, Weichi-Ryu. A little bit of history, and if you can't hear me, feel free to come on in. History of Weichi-Ryu Karate. Weichi-Ryu is a traditional style of Okinawan Karate. Weichi-Ryu means style of Weichi or school of Weichi. Originally called Pangai Noon, which translates to English as half hard, half soft. The style was renamed Weichi-Ryu after the founder of the style, Kanbun Weichi, an Okinawan who went to Fuzhou Province, China, to study martial arts and Chinese medicine when he was 19 years old. After his death in 1948, the style was refined, expanded, and popularized by Kanbun's son, Kanae Weichi. After studying about 10 years under Shushua, Kanbun Weichi opened his own school in 1906. He continued periodic training under Shushua for a total of 13 years. 3 years later, Kanbun Weichi returned to Okinawa. Determined never to teach again because reportedly one of his Chinese students had killed a neighbor with an open hand technique in dispute over land irrigation. Kandun Weichi's son, Kane Weichi, taught the style at the Futenma City Dojo, Okinawa, and was considered the first Okinawa to sanction teaching foreigners. Weichi emphasizes toughness of the body.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to ask him, that's one of the things I wanted to do, to promote the two summer. Well, thank you so much. All right. Take care. It's so good to see you again. Good to see you, Mr. Matsuda. Okay. Come over for dinner. Yeah.
Meet. What's that?
And he kind of sounds like
Hey! Hum!
oh, you got it? I thought it was you. Is she still there? Okay. So you didn't get blown away. You're probably used to that, though. You're probably pretty cool. Yeah, that's going to be confusing. Well, you never get the lease on the lease.
Hey, Yosuke. Punch-in, ready this. Okay, while they get their gi tops on, you can see that's pretty tough. And the higher you go up, the more conditioning is expected of you. So we do a lot of that every day. In a Uechi-ryu, traditional Uechi-ryu dojo, every day is Koteki Tai, every day. Every day is Sanshin. So we do Sanshin every day. Everything begins and ends with that kata. Okay, that is the foundation of our style. So you don't see a lot of different styles that do that type of training. So we're very unique in that aspect that our Sanshin stands out. It hardens and conditions the body. While they're getting their gis on, we're going to just do some quick breaking. You folks over there may be okay. There may be a piece of wood that flies. We'll try not to do that. Okay? We're going to do a little bit of breaking, so you can back up just a little bit.
We don't. We might do some.
Hey! Somebody come see us from it's been Moreline knows. She knows all the answers. Hey! Woo! strong today. Right here in the front. You, sir. Come on up. Yeah. You're up here.
Catholic. This is Max and this is Ryan. So they,
board, like Ryan on this side, you have top bottom, you'll have top bottom.
That's two.
Hey, this completes our demonstration. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Our demonstration earlier, you were asked to do a repeat of it. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, ha, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, yo, and then you guys gotta do it again. Let's try it. Ready? Yo! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, ha! Yo! Thank you.